City in peril! The invasion! Of the Flying Felicia's voice into your ears.
Here it is, the records room.
Surf the web, surf the web.
Shut up, Brock, we don't have time.
Parker, wait, could it be?
Could what?
Yes, we sense our other.
Who? Sense who?
It's our other, the symbiote known as Carnage. We must stop him.
Now?
Yes, now. We have no choice.
Wait, make more noise. I'm only breaking and entering here. Spider sense tingling. Now what? Spidey, whoever's behind all this. Got symbiotes.
I guess knowing the actual species names of symbiotes as Clintar is useless information. Such is the life of a comic nerd.
These symbiotes must be looking for human hosts.
Plunging into battle with symbiotes other than Carnage and Venom? And hostages? Old Webhead's got his work cut out for him today.
And Stan ain't kidding. The symbiotes are the toughest enemies in this game, no doubt about it. First, they do a lot of damage, and it takes a lot of damage to defeat them.
Impact webbing needs a little more oomph.
See, I still haven't beat him even with those punches and kicks, so you're better off not fighting the symbiotes. Generally. Best thing to do is to actually skip the level entirely like this. Get on this wall, aim just behind that stack of boxes in the wall. Spidey will go out of bounds, and you can swing. Now, you have to aim right if you want to get back into the level while also breaking the level geometry. I'm not very good at that. I never mastered that in my speedruns, so we're not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to let you in on a secret. You notice there's a big red button there?
I bet that controls the air conditioning.
You probably want to push it, right?
Oh, thank you, Spider-Man.
This is actually a hostages level, but thankfully hostages cannot die like in the bank level. You just have to figure out how to free them. The first one was actually in this vent here, which even though they're free, you'll want to go into anyways, because behind fan number 1, you will find a web cartridge and a comic book.
Golden.
Peter is very happy about that. I've noticed I spent most of this Let's Play saying Peter and not Spider-Man.
I've never
Oh
seen
well.
a place this empty.
Wait, I've always wondered. Can I not? I guess you can't lift up these desks. Oh man. How about this printer? Yep.
I can get out of here now.
That barely did anything to the symbiote. How lame. We got another vent?
Oh, yeah. I bet there are no symbiotes in here either.
Nope.
I'm already at full health.
Definitely not.
Thank you for saving me.
Yeah, only 3 hostages. It's pretty easy. But also,
What is this stuff? This goo is unbreakable.
do we really want to know what that goo really is?
Carnage and Venom weren't enough.
I don't think so. There is one other spot I believe you can go out of bounds in, but I don't know it off the top of my head. But that's really everything for this level. Just free 3 hostages, and then notice this elevator shaft here.
They seem to be coming from the basement.
Time to go down the elevator shaft. Now, I need to remind you guys that fighting the symbiotes is pretty tough in this game. Also, hello,
Symbiotes
ambulance driving by my house.
fire, and I'm fresh out of both. Guess I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way.
You really don't want to fight the symbiotes. You're better off just skipping the level. So what we're going to do is we're going to climb up here next to this elevator that's in place. Gonna aim at about here. Swing. And fall out of bounds. Yay! I'm just kidding. We're gonna do the level legit. Also, I screwed that up and didn't make it to the very bottom like I'm supposed to. I still somehow got out of bounds, but I didn't land on the right spot.
Symbiotes hate. It's sonics and fire, and I'm fresh out of both. Guess I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. My web attacks just aren't cutting it.
Yeah, the symbiotes... I am not joking, though. These
A little more oomph.
symbiotes are extremely annoying in this game. Seeing how this is an auto-scroller, you're probably going to want to actually stay on the elevator after you knock the one guy off. And let it just break through... Then again, this is fun. Just land on here, wait for the elevator, and I always, I always love doing that for some reason.
The elevator stopped.
Oh crap. I is dead. I did that again. Alright, you guys had to see me do this twice already. I'll cut till we get to where we need to be.
Elevator stopped. I need to get the elevator moving again.
You'll just have to hit this switch on the right and you're good.
Ah, the elevator started again.
But yeah, this level, being an auto-scroller and everything, is ridiculously slow. That was around, I'm not kidding, around 30 seconds that I cut, so you guys didn't have to see a repeat of me getting to that room with the Switch. Not a Nintendo Switch, sadly. Activision, allow this game to get ported to the Switch, please. And let's not get crushed by the elevator. I'm sure you actually don't get crushed,
The further I go, the more there are.
but I don't want to test it.
I better try the other door. Golden.
But we wouldn't have gotten the comic book had we gone to the other door. But now let's run to the other door before we die. I'm actually legit worried. I'm gonna die again. Please no, please no. Oh, thank you. Oh, I was actually legit worried I'd have to do that a fourth time. Oh. Oh boy. And now it's time for one of my favorite skips in this game.
Ah, printing press.
But first this.
A symbiote generator. So this is how the symbiotes are being created. There's one down.
To destroy the generators, as I demonstrated, you'll have to either shoot impact webbing or punch the little pulsating things on the sides. I always thought these looked like brains as a kid. I think I might have even called them brains. I'm not sure. It's like a slime pod. I had never seen a printing press room like this before as a kid, so I thought this was pretty cool. But I also didn't get why Spidey's spider sense goes off when he's above these things. You know, let's find out why. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Not as much as most things that have happened to poor Peter in Spider-Man comics. Yeah, that was a lot less painful than One More Day. Either being a part of it or reading it.
There's one down.
I'm gonna censor this. One More Day. One More Day. I wish Thanos would snap that out of existence. No retcons, but just make it never have happened. Please and thank you. Marvel Comics, why can't Peter/Spider-Man ever be happy? Why is it an unspoken rule his life has to be miserable? Like, what is that? What is his life? A soap opera? Now, something I want to know.
Just one more.
The way that they hit this comic is kind of jerkish. In the other room, there were paper rolls like this that you could not lift. So you think, oh, I wouldn't try to lift it to throw it at a symbiote. But this one, you can.
Golden.
It's one of those comics where I think nobody would have thought to try that unless they read a guide, which is so jerkish. Uh-oh. Hey, a button. What's with the button?
Magnesium. Adding this to my webbing will make it burn.
It's also great for dealing with depression and anxiety, too. But yeah, with this new fire webbing, you can instantly take out symbiotes.
I think that's the last one. Bet there are more downstairs.
It's pretty darn awesome. You know what else is pretty darn awesome? Level skip. So this is one time where I will just beat the level with the skip. Because we already did everything we need to here anyways. You would go down that tunnel and there'd be an animation or shaft or whatever you call it. But watch this. If you kind of run with the analog stick and aim diagonally with the webline button, fall here, ta-da! Level completed. Of course, to be fast, you do that before destroying all the generators, but still, I love that skip. And now,
The basement of the Daily Bugle. Whoever's controlling the generators has got to be down here.
this level contains easily the hardest but most rewarding skip in the speedrun for this game. And it is so cool. Let's get away from these guys first. So here's what you're going to do. You want to get on the other side of this fire, but don't walk too far.
Oh, out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Move forward slowly, and when Spidey's spider sense goes off, as long as you're facing in a diagonal direction, push down and the swing button. Okay, I did it too early, but that's a demonstration of what you're going to try to do. So, one moment. Careful. Yeah, so stay over here, and the geometry will disappear. Now, carefully jump around, hit the swing button, and zip a couple times. And you can get in here without the geometry loading. Pretty cool, right? Now, I can't show you the full level after having done that, but I can show you if you go to these pipes and aim at them, the ones producing steam, wait for your icon to turn blue, as if like you're about to hit a switch. Do it one more time, and
Look what I found.
fire webbing and a comic book. But I am going to restart the level so you guys can see the full thing. And don't worry, this won't take very long to get back to where we were. There's a bit more to the actual skip for getting to the end of the level and whatnot.
Whoever's controlling the generators has got to
But it's so tricky. It has taken me some... I don't remember how many... I don't remember how many attempts I have of beating that level. According to Live Splits, the program I use to keep track of my times. But I think it's somewhere around the 250 to 300 range on just this level alone. It's hard, but it's worth it.
That's cool. It's a dry heat.
Now, you notice, can't really go anywhere. Nothing here. So I guess we gotta go this way.
Whoa, where'd he come from?
Zip up, and we have another vent. And a switch. That switch is probably important. Sadly, it's not a Nintendo Switch. Wait, didn't I just make that joke in this recording? Now, before you check out this generator, walk to the wall.
Who would put a hologram room here?
If you're already a Spidey fan, you know what villain it was. Yes, with our fire webbing, we can instantly take out symbiotes. We can make our way to the end of the level. Wait. Oh, I didn't get to show my fire shield level.
The imposter! The imposter! Don't make me come after you. That's the guy who framed me! And the one who stole the technology!
You mean the fancy fog machine that apparently people want to shoot you so bad because apparently you took it? These people are dumb. But what else is new?
I gotta say, you look just like me. Except, you're more angry back alley than friendly neighborhood.
Oh, for decades I've wanted to shut that mouth of yours. Finally, that time is upon me.
I will crush you once and for all! No, little spider, you will die!
Is it too late for us to be friends?
And now, a special guest voiceover by fellow speedrunner and streamer, Willie Fetty. Take it away, my friend.
Thank you, Fim, for letting me be a part of this video and talk about my favorite villain of all time, Mysterio. Quentin Beck was a stuntman and special effects artist for films who one day decided to take those skills he had and use them to imitate Spider-Man in a series of crimes. He then later defeated Spider-Man under the name Mysterio, trying to pose himself as a hero. Thankfully, Spider-Man defeated Mysterio in a rematch and cleared his name. Mysterio is probably the Spider-Man villain that has evolved the most over the years. His early days as a villain saw him utilizing contraptions and smoke before moving on to other things like holograms, pretending to be a psychiatrist, or would you know it, creating a TV station that hypnotized people into constantly watching it. Would you be surprised if I told you that the latter of those schemes came out of the Clone Saga? While Mysterio isn't as prolific as some of the other Spider-Man villains in the video games, he made up for it by being the main bad guy in 4 games. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 on Game Boy, Shattered Dimensions, Friend or Foe, and a sequel to this game, Mysterio's Menace. He also has his own subplot in the Spider-Man 2 movie game, and also has his own subplot in the Spider-Man 2 game for PS5. He's also a great villain if you haven't watched Far From Home. They did him very well. And Mysterio, all-time favorite villain, all-time classic. We love Mysterio. And thank you, Fim, again for letting me be a part of this. And, you know, it just is what it is. Thank you so much. And I appreciate it.
So fighting Mysterio, obviously he's too big to punch or kick. He can also grab us and throw us down to the ground.
All with my impact webs, I can take him out.
Now, as Spidey just said, what you want to do is shoot impact webbing with up and triangle at each power conduit. On the normal difficulty, each takes 2 shots. I believe on easy it does as well. In kid mode takes just 1. Now, if you hated this fight as a kid, like I did, here's an easy workaround. Little tricky to... Excuse me, game. I'm trying to show how to cheat. Is that too bad? Is it so bad that I want to show people how to cheat? But if you can get it so Spidey has 1 foot off the... Okay, I better grab that health. Has 1 foot just off the platform like this. You can't be grabbed. And then you just aim and shoot web balls. It's awesome. This fight is probably the biggest run killer on the hard difficulty. Because you legit need a certain amount of webbing. And there's a second phase. At least if you have enough webbing and you know the trick, he becomes an easy fight. Simple as that.
Right now you're thinking, if only you'd taken that giant act to Vegas instead.
Curse your endless babble, Spider-Man!
Speaking of babble, let's hear it. Who's behind all this?
I'll never tell you. Mysterio may be defeated, but the symbiote invasion cannot be stopped.
Symbiote invasion? There are more of them?
You fool! There will be more than you can imagine. That fog which blankets the city is preparing everyone in New York for symbiosis.
You're the fool, Mysterio. Where? Where are they coming from?
Go then. On the waterfront. Warehouse 65. A secret passage. If only I could watch them destroy you.
Whoever your boss is, he's off his rocker. No one can control the symbiotes.
Correction. No one before now.
Spare me the propaganda, okay? This isn't a game, Mysterio. The symbiotes will destroy everything in their path unless I can stop them.
A little different than what they'd say in the comic books, but okay. To trap a spider. AKA spoilers.
I'm here, Frank. What's up?
Spider-Man's here, microchip.
What range?
100 yards, maybe. Easy shot.
Very funny, Frank.
Huh? He spotted me, but how could he? I lost him.
What happened?
He took out my scope.
Hey, tough guy. Sorry about that expensive lens, Punisher.
Something tells me we have the same objective here. That's the place. Warehouse 65. We can team up. You cover my back.
Huh. No thanks, Mr. Death Wish. I'd like to keep the body count low, if you don't mind.
Fair enough.
Punisher's guns can't solve this problem. Gotta play this one my way.
It's kind of weird that Punisher appeared in a game for kids, because he's one of the least kid-friendly characters in all of Marvel Comics. For sure.
Ah, the cliche seedy waterfront warehouse. Although, I'm guessing that this particular warehouse has a bit more in store for the webhead than even he can imagine.
Oh, more symbiotes. Looks like the old Spidey luck is holding out.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with these guys. Let's just skip the level.
Is that too?
Let's just go over to this barrel. Aim a web zip. Swing over here and get out of the level. Okay, that's not quite the speedrun trick. Let me try showing that to you again real quick, and then we will beat the level legit. But I have been enjoying this running gag saying, yeah, fighting the symbiotes is too difficult. Let's skip the level. But to be fair, yes, the symbiotes are a pain in the butt no matter what. Aim about here. And then gotta zip a second time. So you're over here. And then what you actually do... Below gate... Ah, crap. Well, you know what? I already showed how to get out of bounds anyways. I think y'all get the picture. And if you want to see how it really fully works, you can follow a speedrun. You should totally follow Willy Fetty on Twitch. He's pretty good at that, Skip.
Ah, the...
Way better than me.
Looks like I'll have to clean this place up too.
Oh, crap. I just realized something. I forgot to get one of the comic books. I was laughing maniacally at the fact that, you could easily beat Mysterio without, really having to work hard, and I forgot that you have to get a comic book at a certain point in the fight, so, let me do that.
I gotta say,
Welcome to your nightmare, Spider-Man!
those glowing conduits look like the source of his power. All with my impact webs, I can take them out.
Alright. So destroy all the power conduits. Now fall to the very bottom of the stage. Keep your eyes open, because there's a comic right here.
Who mixes green and purple?
And you know what? Let's just go ahead and beat Mysterio again, just for the heck of it.
Time to burst your bubble, Mysterio.
I'll show some of the dodging you have to do this legit. Some.
Right now, you're thinking,
At least it didn't take us long to get back to where we were. Let's not save. Let's skip the spoiler comic book cover, which, by the way, you can actually get that comic IRL. It's the one comic that's been recreated in print, but it was only available with an issue of GamePro magazine. Once again, shoutouts to Willy Fetty.
clean this place up too.
He actually owns that comic and has shown it to our Discord. Pretty cool. So we got a bunch of things to destroy.
This looks flammable.
If you can't get fire webbing, you can pick
These will have to be destroyed.
up fire barrels to throw at guys. I believe this can destroy the generators in one shot. Let's test that theory. Or it doesn't do anything about the generators. That's kind of lame. But yeah, you're going to want to get fire webbing as much as possible. Thankfully, there's a decent number of cartridges around here, if you know where to look. Also, Spidey has some amazing lines if he picks up these barrels.
Package for slime ball.
I'm gonna... Whoa. What's this? Something over here? Oh! I didn't know about this!
Haven't used the Spidey armor much before, but it could be useful here.
I had no idea this was there! Man, that's dope. That is dope. know what's also dope? Firepower.
A hidden passage.
So let's destroy this generator. And enjoy these very crunchy guitars and the music.
More generators. They'll have to go.
Now I'm going to throw crates and stuff for the amazing line Spidey says. Flamo! Flamo. Obviously they're up. Peter, pick that up. Oh, you jerk. Flamo. A subsidiary of Acme Explosives.
Turn up the heat. Package for Snot Bucket.
I bet Reno Romano had way too much fun recording those lines.
Burn.
I swear I should be able to...
Except for the generators.
Okay, it can actually destroy the generators.
Package for Slime Ball.
But that can hurt you, so be careful. Oh yeah, there's an alcove over here, so at about this half of the room, when you walk in... Actually, I think if you walked straight ahead from the passage... Actually, not quite, but on your left, there'll be another alcove like the one we found the spider armor in. Comic. Good stuff. Oh, man. Like, you don't get to play this level when you speedrun, but it's so much fun playing and hearing.
Time to turn up the heat.
And also,
Package for Snot Bucket.
these lines are so good. I lost the spider armor, but I don't care. So good. So much fun.
An enormous ventilation shaft. Must be something big down there.
Nah, somebody probably just has really bad gas.
I like the concrete, the dripping water, very nice.
Too much flame-o, I guess.
Spider sense tingling.
Yeah, those blades will kill you if you're not careful. I almost didn't want to go into this room as a kid because I was so scared of what could happen. And now...
Looks like this is it.
But first,
Yeah, what do we have here?
a hidden room. And it's got a comic.
Golden. This place blows.
No, I think that place is pretty cool. It's got a comic, a health icon, and a web cartridge. Alright, we ready?
Geronimo!
Stilton! I loved those books growing up. But really, who didn't?
Woo! What a rush!
And now, are y'all ready for the worst level ever in this game?
Far down are we?
Or rather, the one I hated the most growing up. Here we go.
You gotta be kidding. Okay, recap. A couple of 100 feet underwater, electrified floors and walls, and deadly turrets pointing straight at me. Oh, my day just keeps getting better and better.
Now, on the kid mode and easy difficulties, they give you a bridge you can cross, but not on normal and hard. So this level, if you're an impatient kid that hasn't
You could put someone's eye out with that.
mastered web swinging, this level is a chore. Of course, you can destroy the laser cannons with impact webbing, but you kind of have to be close.
Who built this place?
The Umbrella Corporation, obviously. I mean, look at that. That is straight up the Umbrella Corporation logo, just not colorized. What the heck? That is pretty hilarious. Now, there is a reason I am destroying all the cannons right now. Also, those are some big gears. Holy... I just realized, look at how spacious all this is. Dang. You will see in a brief moment why I want to destroy these cannons. It can make your... You would avoid doing that in a traditional speedrun, but when playing casually,
Feeling somebody doesn't want me here.
or in the 100% category, you'll want to. And I think by saying 100% category, you know what I'm alluding to.
The heating bill for this place must be enormous. And I thought crime didn't pay.
Here's the hardest comic to get, no contest. There was a door beneath where we started that was locked. You have to unlock it over here. I'm going to get the health icon. And then you have to swing back over all those platforms. You can't even actually can't get close enough to aim at one of these technically. You have to jump forward and hope Spidey swings. I'll be right back.
Woo! What a rush!
Alright. Let's finish this up. I might have to well, let's see.
Far down are we? Hey, you could put someone's eye out with that. I'm already at full health. Who built this place? I'm getting a feeling somebody doesn't want me here. The heating bill for this place must be enormous. And I thought crime didn't pay.
Alright. Time for round 2. Okay, maybe I did this incorrectly, because I swear you couldn't actually aim at... Nope, you just can't. So you have to hope you're... Sorry. Oh, man. Somebody must be mentioning my name across the street. But yeah, I have had that happen to me multiple times trying to get this comic. It's one of the reasons why I didn't like going for comics as a kid. Now that I'm a lot more skilled as a gamer and I know a bit more of what I'm doing, I'm okay. But it's still like, easily the hardest comic to get. You definitely want to destroy all the cannons. You get a lot of handy stuff, but it's still like, man. Although, it does bring up something I think I tried to talk about in previous parts, but couldn't quite get the words out. So let me explain. Going for all the comics again, even though I did have to use a guide to get some of them, reminds me of kind of the fun of exploring every nook and cranny of a level in games. You know, people obsess over how long it takes to complete games, saying certain games are way too short and not worth $70. People that don't like RE Village. But we forget that oftentimes to make something fun, we have to work to make things fun. I mean, brainless fun is really not that great. Especially in the world we live in now with so much focus on dopamine and instant gratification. Sometimes you have to work for your fun. And sometimes when you go above and beyond yourself and kind of work with what the developers intended, you can get an amazing experience. And you know, because Spider-Man's abilities
Quit shooting the lasers.
allow him to navigate levels in a way that most video game characters wouldn't. Holy cow. Actually, let's get that health icon. Whew, that was scary. it makes exploring these levels a lot more fun. You know, if you don't go for the comics or anything, you can easily beat this game without much difficulty. But going for the comics and stuff adds something to the experience. Exploring the levels how Spider-Man can. And we are actually out of for time here, so we're going to finish this level. And next time on Let's Play Spider-Man 2000, we will figure out... Thank you for the delayed reaction, Peter, but I will see y'all in the next part.